Good day to you. I'm very excited to come today and to present to you FactorySmart. This has been a journey that has been quite exciting since 2001, and it's culminated into a process where we would like to assist you to optimize and to automate your production process. So FactorySmart, we come to you to help you to increase your factory revenue, business efficiency, and to reduce waste within your factory environment. This is what to us is quite important. Our manufacturing process, as you can see, spans from design to visual factory automation, to machinery within the manufacturing process. And then we take it further to robotic welding and also manual welding and cleaning in the welding process. Our main divisions where we can assist you will be with factory machinery, factory robotics, factory software, and then factory solar as well. But as we discuss today with you, before you look at any process further, you need to look at the culture of your company and how to implement a lean culture within your environment. And this is a journey that I'd like to share with you. One of the vice presidents of Toyota said the most important thing for Toyota is people. Teaching and training people is a culture of continuous improvement. Also, Toyota Production System is the accumulation of small ideas from everyone. If you look at in the environment where we find ourselves in the corporate environment, people are referred to as being the biggest asset in any organization. Now, if you look at an asset is something that will generate money for you. So the focus is more on the money portion and not necessarily on the person itself. So therefore I say, people are the company. They're not an asset, because if you look at an asset, it actually is, you put a rand value or a dollar value on top of the person, and your thinking process is all about what can this person bring or give me, as opposed to saying, without the person, the company doesn't exist. So there's a shift that takes place in your mindset regarding the person itself. People want to feel part of the team. They don't just want to be a number or feel that they have to get up every morning to come to work. People want to feel valued, that which they actually do every day brings value to the organization. And with that said, we need to focus on people with reference to the value add that they can bring. And there's a book by the name Good to Great that says we've got to get the right people on the bus and then on the right seats. And this is a major challenge that we have with reference to working environment in our organization, the culture of the organization. People don't want to move from one department to the next because they're scared they're going to lose their jobs. And with a 2-second lean process, we will show you how it is easy to be able to identify where people have to go and to be seated on the right seats. And how to create a culture that people want to improve is actually the most important process right now. So when implementing a 2-second lean process, you need to tell them that you want to make their job easier and not more difficult, not more paperwork. That is the drive that we have. Secondly is they will not have to work so much harder in the process. Their work needs to be easier when they do something. You want them to enjoy the work. Work must not be something that you have to get up in the morning and be very upset that I'll have to go to work, but you want them to enjoy what they're doing. And they have to initiate changes and do it themselves. Don't tell them what to do. Ask them what they would suggest needs to be done. And once this culture exists in the organization, this will build pride in being able to do it, the work that they're doing, a better way, faster, more cost-effective, and with greater quality as well. How do we start a 2-second lean process? And that's the question that exists in this whole process. The author of 2-second lean is Paul Akers. Paul has a company by the name of FastCap. FastCap is the following acronym basically of his company. If you go to builders or to whatever shop and you want to, for argument's sake, you have drilled a hole into a piece of timber and you want to fill that hole, you would then go and have to put some putty on there to fill it. He has designed or come up with an idea to take a sticker. If you go to builders, you'll have a sheet of paper, and on there will be some stickers with different colors, white for melamine, for argument's sake. And you would take that sticker and stick it then onto the screw area where you made the indentation and stick it over it to cover it up. So that is FastCap. Paul had an issue in his company about 17 years ago with reference to throughput in his company. He had a problem with his logistics. So he identified this and contacted some people in Japan to come and assist him. But prior to them arriving, his bank manager came for a visit, for a tour to his company. And during the visit, Paul took the bank manager through his factory. And after the factory tour, they sat down in the boardroom. And the bank manager said, Paul, we're very impressed with your company. You're doing well. Your factory's clean, like I just saw right now. Whatever money you need to grow your company, we will invest. So Paul was quite chuffed about this remark. About a week or two later, these two young gentlemen, 28 years of age, arrived at FastCap. And Paul took them for a factory tour. After the factory tour, they again sat around the boardroom table, and Paul asked them and said, guys, do you have a solution for my manufacturing process? And one of the 28-year-old guys piped up and said, Mr. Akers, with all due respect, you don't have a clue about manufacturing. And here is where the whole story starts. So Paul in this scenario could have said, what do you guys know? You don't even have a factory. You don't know how to manufacture as you don't have a factory that you are running yourself, and you are just in the process where you want to come and help me. Paul then decided to say, guys, I need your assistance. And they said, fine, we can help you, but it's going to cost you $10,000 a week. Now, $10,000 17 years ago was a lot of money. In this process, they then showed Paul to move away from batch manufacturing to single item flow manufacturing. And this was an amazing experience that Paul had, and he optimized and automated a lot of his processes. This lesson that he learned, he then put into the book called 2-second lean. And this is a journey that I'd like to share with you going forward. And how do you start with 2-second lean process? You start with a morning meeting, and in that morning meeting you have an agenda, and the way to engage people in this process, for them to feel more valued, to feel more part of the team, you do the following. In any factory environment, you have people that are boilermakers or they are welders or whatever it might be. You would go to them and say, listen, John, do you have an idea to make this process faster and more cost effective or with better quality? And obviously John, that at this stage might be working for the company for 20 years, will say, for sure I have an idea to make this better. So the process is the following. You would then take a video of how John was manufacturing this item beforehand and say it took him 30 minutes to make this item. And then you take a video of how he is optimizing then the process, and now it only takes 20 minutes. This video you then go and show in the morning meeting. Immediately when you show this video, Paul, that might be just next to John, might pipe up and say, John, if you can do this, I for sure can do it as well. And at this stage, what happens is John's value as a human being, as a worker, as a colleague, is raised. And this is how he then engages further. At nighttime, you might have William, that is also one of the workers, and actually not very engaged. He's just there to do his work on a daily basis and does as little as possible. But seeing this video of what John has done might make him think, what can I do to also optimize my production process? So this is where people then start sharing videos. If you do not have a video of your people, go onto 2second Lean YouTube channel and you will find many videos on the YouTube channel that you can show in the morning to create this excitement within this whole process. Before the morning meeting, it is imperative that you do 3Sing. Sweep, sort, and standardize. This you will be able to get much more information from once you read the book or go into the YouTube channel. You need to create a clear process. People want to enjoy the work and not be yelled at for not having done something wrong, because no clear process has been communicated visually. Your processes at every workstation needs to be visual. Steps in creating improvements is you need to create a standard, then improve on the standard and create a process by making a video of that process. So standard operating procedures. What are 2second Lean processes? It's the following. Every time you walk up to that thing or where you manufacture something, when you do it, you will save 2 seconds. So 2second Lean means that every worker, every person, be it in administration, be it in dispatch, be it in the fabrication process, saves 2 seconds every day continually. So it's small improvements every single day. And what criteria to look for when we make improvements? There will be safety, quality, it needs to be simpler, faster speed, and we need to eliminate one of the deadly sins of waste. And now the question might be, what does your work area look like? Is it an area that is where all your tools are lying around, like on the left-hand side, or is it organized like it looks at FastCap? And this is where we are all aspiring to get to. But it all starts with a clean toilet. So there needs to be a roster where you have every person to clean the toilet. Now you might say to me, we've tried this and it's not working. Why is it not working? Because there's no clean process defined of how it should look like after it's been cleaned. And the cleaning material is also not available. Now you might say to me, ProFresh, they're going to steal it or whatever. Let's just try it. Let's start and try and get that whole process together. Now, 3 keys to implement lean is invest in training your employees, create a clear process, and get your employees addicted. How? By getting them involved, getting them to make the improvements. You must not do the improvements, they must do it. And then tribal knowledge is a major issue. We have many workers that have been working for a long time in an organization. They keep to themselves their knowledge that they have of the manufacturing process. So visually, we need to show the operating procedure on the machine, visually. So step 1, step 2, step 10, what I do. That if that guy is not there tomorrow, that the next person can jump in and continue with the manufacturing process. And where the problem is, the answer has to be visually displayed. That means if I have to pack a certain item in a certain way, show how the packaging needs to look like and how I need to package it visually. And encourage a team as opposed to individual. We need to build on the fact that it's a team effort and not individual strengths in people. And remember, a chain is only as long as the weakest link. Fix what bugs your people in the whole process. This will get them addicted to the process. That will empower them to want to become better. We need to put a color coding into the whole process as well, and I will show you then also a video with regards to that. The 8 deadly sins of waste are overproduction, transportation, that means too much movement that should not be in the production process. Your inventory too high, so work in progress is a major work in progress is a major problem. Defects. So many times we get to a production process, there are so many defects and rework that comes into the process. Over processing, so I have to make something over and over and over because I don't know where the product might be. Motion, there's too much motion, cross motion in factories or whatever it might be, and then waiting in the whole process. And this creates loss of employee potential. And here we talk about the OEE, the operational equipment effectiveness. If we go in general where we are in our factories over the past 20 years that I've been in the factories, I have not seen, or very rarely seen, that any factory is running above 30% OEE. That means we have a major opportunity to just do a few tweaks, and that will then create the increase that we need in the OEE. One of the key aspects of 2second Lean is the following. When you do or make an improvement, use your head and not your wallet. Do not throw money at a problem. When you have an idea, just start building it and do not try to make it perfect. Then improve it step by step once you have made the improvement. If you create a culture where people are willing to bring their ideas because they are not afraid of being told that they are stupid, but you allow them to run the experiment, you will create a dynamic culture. Thank you very much. Looking forward to the way ahead. Greetings.